Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to the EGU podcast, where you can learn all about mindset, energy, business, and abundance, plus all things spiritual from a variety of global experts. I am Michelle Reinhardt of $1 Million Mindset and founder of Entrepreneurs Globally Unite, delivering incredible value to you, for you. Shine bright, superstars. That's why you're here. Hello, guys and girls. Today, my friends, I have a treat lined up for you. I'd love to introduce you to a very valued member of my online community, Entrepreneurs Globally Unite. Welcome to the show, Kerrie Bernhard.
Great. Thanks, Michelle. It's great to be here.
Oh, it's wonderful to have you, looking so beautiful and shining and bright.
Oh, thank you.
Grab a pen, folks, and a piece of paper or your computer keyboard ready to go. Turn off your zings and pings for 30 minutes and set your intention to learn a new set of game-changing strategies to tune up your abundance frequency. Let me tell you a little bit about this gorgeous gal. Kerrie is an inspiring, supportive, creative coach. She's an intuitive belief coach, certified angel card reader and author. She's passionate about making the world a better place and believe that starts with each one of us as individuals. She works with the help of angels and supports and guides people to believe in themselves, life, love, and in spirit so that they can live their life and the life that their heart is calling to them. She combines practical and spiritual knowledge, skills, and experience to assist people in making positive changes in their lives. Wow, that's a lot, Kerrie. I'm looking forward to this one. So let's get cracking, shall we?
Great.
Great. Today we're working with angels and the power of gratitude in manifesting.
Yes.
So, Kerrie, share with us why you do what you do and how you got into it.
Well, I do what I do because I love it. It's my passion, obviously, and what a life to live your passion. In terms of what got me into this, I think like most people, I've had lots of experiences in my life and not all of them have been positive experiences. So going back from childhood through to teenage years, through relationships, family, all sorts of things, depression and domestic violence and, some of those things that are not great to have to go through, but they have made me who I am and they've built my character. And it is through my own personal journey of going through some of my life experiences that I developed my sense of belief. I think for a lot of people when I was younger, I didn't believe in anything. I didn't believe in God. I didn't believe in religion. I didn't believe in anything. And it probably wasn't until my late teens that I started to get into spirituality and play around with things like tarot cards and palmistry and numerology and all these things. And it really opened my eyes to a new world that I wasn't exposed to before that. And through that journey, that's where I found myself and that's where I found my connection to something that gets me through even the most difficult times. And as I progressed, I basically just went through life. My spirituality was just for me. It was just my own personal journey. I spent 15 years working in local government, in community services, and it just got to a point where I thought I've got more to offer the world than what I was doing. And even though it was a great job and we're obviously helping the community and doing what we're doing in local government, it's higher up and I wanted to work more one-on-one with people and make a difference individually in people's lives and help them to have that belief. I sort of think back and think if I had the belief I had now, when I was younger, when I was growing up, I would have made such different choices for myself, saved myself a whole lot of heartache and heartbreak. And I just really want to give that back to the world and back to people and help them to feel good about themselves so that they don't put up with anything that is less than what they deserve.
Yeah, look, I agree with you. You've hit the nail on lots of heads right there. And this is the reason why I wanted to get this show on the road, because there are a lot of people out there doing it really tough.
Absolutely.
And it's really, really highlighting for me the fact that we need to help people get through this fast because, you know, our world has shifted. It's changed.
Yes.
We don't have to go back and drag out the past and relive it all to heal it anymore. Once we learn the skills of how to do that fast, we can do it in a heartbeat almost.
Absolutely.
Of course, it takes diligence and, you know, nothing worthwhile is ever easy. But your story is very similar to that of my own. And, yes, if we had have known these things a lot earlier, things would have been a lot different, but then we wouldn't have learnt the lessons.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, Kerrie, I'm really keen to hear the word. You've mentioned belief several times. What does the word belief mean to you, and how does that impact on how people can shift their frequencies in life?
Yeah. Well, belief, I mean, obviously a belief is a perceived truth. So it's something that we believe to be true, whether it is or it isn't. So to me, the word belief is about connecting with our truth. You know, my belief has come through spirituality, and it means I've connected to my own truth about what is right for me. It's about following my own intuition, my own guidance, my own beliefs in terms of, you know, the angels and spirituality. So it is a really powerful, our beliefs are so powerful, whether they're positive or negative, they influence our life greatly. And so to me, believe is everything about magic and beauty and just believing that anything is possible and believing in yourself. And obviously through what I do, helping people to believe in life and in love and in spirit and in themselves, because all of those four things together are what create magic in life. Well, there is magic in life. It's just having your eyes and your heart open to it, I guess. But yeah, it's just a really powerful belief to me is just everything comes back to your beliefs. I mean, your beliefs are what power your thoughts, that power your emotions and your actions and your reality. So it really all does start with that. So to me, believe has, once I found my belief in life, it has always kind of been my word and it's always been my journey. And it's just really powerful to me and it can transform lives.
Yes, I completely agree with you. And sadly, when people are stuck in the doom and the gloom of what they perceive to be their life at the moment, their beliefs are exactly that.
Yeah.
So how do you, Kerrie, tap people into their true beliefs?
Yeah. Well, there are lots of ways of doing that. I mean, in the most simplistic term, a belief is similar to a thought. We all have power over our thoughts, and we can change a thought in a second if we choose to. And it is the same with beliefs. We have the opportunity at any moment to say, I don't want to believe that anymore. I want to believe this. It's as simple as that. But, of course, in life, nothing is ever really that simple. So there are tools and techniques that we need to use to shift that. Because if you believe something for a long time that maybe it was passed on to you from your parents or from growing up, people around you, peer pressure, media, school, teachers, any of those places, it's not going to shift overnight. So there are processes to go through. To me, gratitude is one of the biggest things in shifting your vibration, your energy, and starting to change your beliefs, because what you're doing with gratitude is focusing on what is positive in your life or about yourself. And you start to then, as you would know, through the law of attraction and your frequency, you start to attract more positive things into your life. I mean, gratitude was life-changing for me. And I started by just getting a little journal and writing down 5 things every day that I was grateful for.
Nice.
It's kind of easy at the start. You think, I'm grateful to be able to see and walk and hear and smell and have a bed to sleep in. But some days are really challenging. You have a really tough day and it can be really hard to go, what am I grateful for today? Because today was pretty crappy. But there's always something that you can be grateful for. And when you shift your mindset to the power of gratitude, you are opening yourself up to not only feel better, but to attract more positive things into your life as well. And, the power of gratitude as well is that you can be grateful for things that you don't even have yet. So it's used as a tool for manifesting as well. So say, for example, you're wanting more love in your life, then start to be grateful for love. Instead of thinking, when am I ever going to find love, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not worthy enough, who's going to love me? You start just opening yourself to that frequency of love, looking at people holding hands going, isn't that beautiful? And, so you can be grateful without having it, and that's actually what helps to bring it to you.
Now, that's interesting you say that, because when I was dark. I'll say that because it's true.
Yes.
I would look at people that were happy and I would feel a pang of jealousy and sometimes even a bit of anger because they had it and I didn't.
Yes.
So how do we shift that? Like, because I know that energy and vibration, you get more of what you think about the most and all that sort of stuff. But when you really got your back up against the wall,
yes,
how do you have a particular strategy or a trick that you work with your clients to I know gratitude is great, but even that, and I've said it to people before, if you can't find something to be grateful for, you're not looking hard enough.
Yes, absolutely.
There's got to be something. The breath we breathe, anything, that we woke up that morning. There's got to be something, but there's that deep, dark energy that is keeping us in lack and scarcity and fear.
Exactly.
How do you even get there to the point where you want to start looking for gratitude?
Yeah. Look, I think the biggest thing in change, Michelle, and with people changing is that they have to want to do it. You are where you are and you have where you want to be. And as you said at the start of the program, the really good thing about, I think, the world and how it's changed is that we don't have to go backwards. And I think the thing that attracted me the most to coaching is that it doesn't matter what your problems are. All that matters is where you are now and where you want to go. And you map out a kind of a plan of how to get there. The past really doesn't matter. You learn from it, but it doesn't influence how your future is. So I think, people have to want to make that change. If they're in a space where they really don't want to look for things that they're grateful for, or they can't see that there's any blessings in their life, then maybe coaching is not really the right place for them to start. Maybe they are maybe more suited to counselling or something until they can get themselves in a place where they're ready to start to move forward. I mean, gratitude obviously is really powerful, but if you were in a really dark place and you were having a really hard time, you would need more than just gratitude. I mean, gratitude is just one tool, and it's about taking action. Like, you just have to take action, even if it's one thing a day that you're finding to start off with. One thing a day is still better than nothing a day. So it's, really just, I guess, working with somebody on that level, helping. I mean, in terms of what I do with intuitive coaching, I'm using the practical skills of coaching with my intuition, with oracle cards, and, bringing that in. And often, especially using the cards, if I've got a client, the angels never get it wrong. So, there's always something that will resonate with that person, and they're like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And so I think just in terms of even that energy and inviting angels into what I do, in and into working with people, just helps to lift that vibration a little, and trying to encourage people to believe in, they don't have to believe in angels if they don't want to, but something else other than who they are, to give them that little lift and to give them that sense of belief to help them.
Well, I think that's wonderful. And let's just say that anyone listening, any of our listeners that are here, are interested in angels, and that's why they are tuning in. So let's also assume that they have chosen to draw a line in the sand and they are walking onto the other side of that. There is no point looking back because we're not going that way.
Exactly.
So I want you to tell us how you help people tap into working with spirit and angels.
Yep. So obviously I have my intuitive coaching, which I just talked about, using the mixture of spiritual and practical tools, one-on-one basis, with people to help them. Basically, it's where they want to be, so where they are to where they want to be.
Yeah.
I do oracle card readings, so some people just want that kind of short-term guidance, clarity, insight into a particular situation. We all get like that in life sometimes, where we're sort of like, oh, am I doing the right thing? Oh, I'm not sure. What should I do next? And they just need that little bit of reassurance and guidance, and then they can go along on their path.
Yeah.
I also I have my own goal setting process that I've developed called the FAST goal setting.
Yeah.
So that's a way of helping people to work with taking action, so that really is that more inspired. So people that are really ready to take action and want to shift their life.
Yeah.
And it's based around affirmations. So rather than just your SMART goals that are really about being measurable and specific and achievable, it's kind of a similar principle, but it works on your feelings and it works on affirmations.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Yeah. So bringing in those spiritual aspects to goal setting, which really I believe is a great mix of those two.
So your FAST, does the F, the A and the S and the T stand for anything like the SMART goals?
Yes, they do actually. So it's the F is for feeling based. So it starts with the feeling.
Yeah.
The A is, oh gosh, now I've just forgotten. I was thinking affirmations, but
action.
Yeah, it might be action, but affirmations and actions together.
Yeah.
The S is for the specific details, and the T is for the time relation, obviously, because with all goals, we need to be specific about what they are. They need to have a time frame to work, but the start of them is really more about your the feeling based and the affirmations. So it always starts, the goal when you write it starts with an affirmation that is a feeling. So, I am feeling this way, or I feel this way, and that's kind of what you want to achieve.
Well, that's just it. And knowing what we know these days about energy,
yes,
you've got to get that feeling and as high a frequency as you can,
yes,
which tunes in the law of attraction. So,
exactly.
It's beautiful the way it works. So can anyone tap into working with spirit and angels?
Yes, absolutely. It's not something that is, and this is something that I find a lot of people, that stops a lot of people from working with angels or with spirit, because they think that there's a specific way that you have to do it, or they're not sure what to do. They get a little frightened. Yeah. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do.
I used to all the time. I just think, I want to be clairvoyant and psychic and all those sorts of things, but I just didn't know how.
Yes.
So we all are, aren't we?
Yes, exactly. Absolutely. Everybody has the same abilities. It's just really about where your natural talents lie, or what you trust in and how much you trust yourself and your intuition. So to me, tapping into spirit is, whether it's angels or God or some kind of religious figure that you believe in and pray to and talk to, it really doesn't matter as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I work with the angels and with spirit and spirit guides, but to me, it comes back to that belief. As long as you believe in something other than yourself and it's positive and helpful and moving you forward, it doesn't really matter. But, in terms of talking with the angels, there are people out there, you have to say specific things, you do invocations, you say prayers, but really you just talk to them like you would just talk to anyone. You talk in your head. And, I've got this funny little example of someone. I had a friend staying over at my house one day, and I have an angel at my front door, an angel statue, and I always, whenever I leave my house, Archangel Michael is the angel who shields and protects. So I always ask him to shield and protect my home when I leave it. And I was leaving early and my friend was still here, and I said to her, would you mind locking up when you leave and just ask Archangel Michael to shield and protect my house? But she kind of just gave me this strange look, and she's like, okay. But as she walked out the front door, she shut the door and she forgot. So she opened the door and she looked back at the statue and said, even though it's a female statue, and said, hey, bro, can you shield the house? That's how she talked. So it just, it made me laugh. And it doesn't matter how you talk to them. It's just that belief that whatever you say is working and the angels are listening. They like to have a giggle. They're probably laughing at this story right now. So it doesn't have to be all serious and, doom and gloom. It's about having fun, and just talk to the angels. Ask them every day. You don't have to know the names of specific angels. Just call on your angels and say, angels, please help guide me. Please show me a sign. The funny thing, angels love to do jobs. That's what they do. They're up there waiting for little jobs to do. So I often give them little to-do lists. I'll say, okay, angels, this is what we have to do today. Can you help me get here by this time and do this and finish this project and do that? So, you can just have a little bit of fun with it, and, just ask them, call them in, and just start to really, I guess, trust yourself and your intuition and the signs that they send you to know that they are working with you. Simple little things like trying to put a jewelry clasp on, and you're trying to get your bracelet or your necklace on, and you can't get it on, and I always just stop, I'll breathe, and I'll say, angels, please help me get this on. Very next go, it's on. So just practice with little things like that then you go, oh, that worked. Maybe these angels are really with me.
Well, yeah, and as you say, the belief, you could be cussing and cursing for missing the class.
Yes.
Or you can just say, hey, I need some help here.
Exactly.
I mean, gee, which feels better?
Exactly.
It's not hard to guess, is it?
Yes, exactly.
All right. Now I'm gonna ask you, put you on the spot here.
Yes.
I want 3 hot tips for people to tune in to their angels and their guides.
Okay.
What do we do? What's the most important thing?
Okay, so the most important thing is taking time for yourself. You have to have time on your own. So you can't just be busy all the time and, around other people and surrounded and never have time for your own thoughts and to connect with your own heart space and your own intuition. So, really it's a simple technique, but a really powerful thing to do is to, when you're just sitting there, is physically put your hands over your heart space, close your eyes and breathe. And it has such a powerful way of connecting you straight away to this important place in your body and your soul. So that's definitely the first thing about taking that time, breathing, connecting, just slowing down your breathing. Even if you're, in the middle of the day and you're doing something and, you're in the bathroom even, you can be putting your hands on your chest, over your heart, taking 5 or 6 slow, deep breaths and just letting it go, and really taking that. And that is starting to build up your connection to your higher self, and your connection to your higher self is connected with spirit and with the angels. So, that's definitely the first thing, I think, and the most important in terms of connecting, because if you're not connecting with yourself, you can't hear your intuition, you can't hear the voice of the angels, you can't do anything really. You're just filling in space. So definitely that.
Yeah.
I think not so much, I guess, in terms of connecting with angels, but one of the most powerful things that I find and what underlies most people's issues comes back to a sense of self-worth. People don't feel that they're worthy. And, the most, I guess, the life-shifting thing the realisation that I came to this year, at the start of this year, was that we don't have to change anything about who we are to be any more worthy or deserving of what we want.
No, wow. That's very, very powerful, Kerrie.
It has changed my life this year. I cannot tell you, Michelle. It's been changing. And
I love that. We are all perfect.
Absolutely,
it's our story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All equally worthy and deserving. And so you don't have to change your looks. You don't have to change your job. You don't have to change your income, your living arrangements. You don't have to change any of those things to be worthy of having what you want. All you have to do is change your belief that you deserve it. And it's as simple as that. So to me, that has been a really powerful thing in not only shifting my life, but in that connection with spirit, because I'm just always reminding myself that I am worthy and that, that has come from spirit, that has come from how I was made and how I was born and where I will return again someday.
Yeah.
So very powerful.
Love it. Love it.
And, of course, the third hot tip is just believing, just having that belief in yourself. And, that comes, obviously, as we said, through a few different tools. But it is as simple as making that choice to say, do you know what? I want to believe something new. I don't want these negative and self-limiting beliefs anymore. I want to choose beliefs that are empowering and beliefs that are going to support me to get to where I want and to have the life that my heart is calling to me to live. And it's just as simple as saying, I'm going to believe. And then you've got to put in the work and you've got to do the action to do so. But those 3 things combined in terms of connecting with yourself and your heart space, knowing that you are worthy right now, right here, without changing a single thing, and just believing that, in yourself, believing that life is supporting you, believing that spirit and the angels are there guiding you, and believing that love is possible in all forms, your life will transform.
Do you know, you make it sound so simple, and it's because it is.
It is, yes.
It's we overcomplicate things, and we make it so jolly hard that it is hard.
Yes.
So yeah, I love those tips. So I'm just going to recap those.
Yes.
So we're going to connect. We've got to get our hands on our heart, and we've got to connect. And I think the next step you said was to believe that you're worthy, and that takes time. If you depending on where you're coming from, it takes time. But the more you speak up to yourself rather than down to yourself,
yes,
and you just count your little wins, no matter how small or large they are, everything positive is a win.
Yes.
Yeah, so hugely, hugely important, and also to make the choice to be empowered, to allow yourself to be empowered. Call on your angels, have a lot of fun,
Yes.
and just start looking for lots of good.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yes.
Kerrie, you and I have both come out of this, and look, my life is like a polar opposite to what it was even just 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Why do you feel that people are unwilling to pay to have people lead them through this? Do you find that, or do you have a backlog of clients just waiting to throw money at you?
Oh, I wish. Come on, Angel. No, I definitely find that as well. And I was thinking about this recently, actually, and I think there's, lots of different reasons. I don't think there is just one. But, one thing that I was thinking about is that, again, it's where it comes back to some beliefs. And I think a lot of us are brought up believing that it's selfish to put yourself first. And so there's always this push and this drive that you have to take care of your family and your children and your husband or, anybody else in your life, and that you don't put your own needs first. And so when it comes to money is one of those things that a lot of people struggle with. And so you're not going to a lot of people don't invest their money into themselves because they're always putting themselves last on that list. And when you start to shift that around and start making yourself a priority in your life and start valuing who you are, and when you're trying to attract more money into your life, it's about spending your money on what you value. And so if you value yourself and you value your growth, then that's really where your money should be going in terms of valuing yourself and trying to, learn and develop and grow and invest in yourself in that way. Like we would invest in a property or invest in something else, we're investing in ourselves. So that's certainly one. I think one of the other issues is that there is so much free content available now online that it's really difficult for a lot of people. Like a lot of people are just, I do it myself. I have daily readings on my page. I have a weekly reading that I do, constantly posting inspirational stuff. I have a newsletter that goes out twice a month. It's all free content. And so people are already getting, I guess, a lot of value in some way out of all of this stuff that's freely available on the internet. And for some people, they're not ready to take that next level.
Yeah, I agree, and I call it the bright, shiny object syndrome.
Yes.
We're just looking for the next new, fast way rather than just finding one, and usually that one we are drawn to.
Yes.
It is our guides and our spirit and our angels that lead us to something, whether it be an email or a Facebook newsfeed post. They speak to us in all different ways, don't they?
Yes, they do, exactly.
But we keep clogging ourselves up with too much rather than sticking with one and learning it properly, taking the time to digest it, to allow it to work.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree completely.
Yes.
So, look, I would sit here and talk to you all day. I can see we're just warming up. So, if people are ready to learn about their genuine, true, heartfelt, guided path, and they want to work with you, where do they find you?
Okay, so they can go to my website, which is www.kerrielee, so that's KERRIELEE.com.au, and that will have obviously what I do and a little bit more information about me, and they can connect through that way. I'm also on Facebook, so people can find me at Kerrie Lee Belief Coach on Facebook, and also on Instagram, Kerrie Lee Belief Coach.
Fantastic. And I believe you've got an October special for people that are...
Yes, I do. October is my birth month. And yes, I am
turning
44. Thank you. So, yes, I'm turning 44 this month, and so I felt guided by the angels, 44 being a spiritual angelic number, to offer my full 9-card reading, which is normally $70 for $44. So that's $26 during the month of October. So for anybody that's wanting to get a little bit of clarity, insight, guidance, they can book in a reading. As long as they book and pay in the month of October, the booking can be in November, that's fine. But yeah, so if people want to connect through Facebook or on my website for that, they can surely do so.
So instead of people buying a cup of coffee each day, they can get a reading that can serve them for the rest of their lives.
Absolutely.
Exactly. I like it. Yeah, very, very nice. So, good. Guys and girls, if your life's not where you'd like it to be, I'd love to remind you that you don't have to do this alone. In fact, don't. You don't have to be tough with it. You've just got to be gentle with yourself. Reach out. Find the people that resonate with you. If that's Kerrie, call her. If it's me, call me. If it's someone else that you literally trip over in the street later, it's probably them. Open your eyes and your heart, because there's help for you everywhere. Life does begin with a single step. Every journey does. So reach out and connect with those that you resonate with. Kerrie, thank you so much for your time. I have loved connecting and chatting with you. And if all else fails, everybody, you can find Kerrie in our online Facebook community at Entrepreneurs Globally Unite. You'll find me, Michelle Reinhardt, at $1,000,000mindset.com. And I'd just like to recap the October special that Kerrie's got going. You find her again at Kerrie Lee Belief Coach on Facebook, and www.kerrielee.com.au, $44 for a reading that I know will change your lives. Happy birthday, Kerrie. Thank you for joining us. Have an amazing day.
Thank you. You too.
I'd just love to thank the listeners for tuning in. We hope we've been of service to you. That's our purpose.
Yes.
Yes. And invite them to shine bright, because that's why they're here.
Absolutely.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, Kerrie.
Thanks, Michelle.
Bye, John.